Okay, what was I saying? Booker. Yeah, I don't know. Strickham's, yes, that's what we're at now. Yeah, you conjure the gun. Just because we're in a top-mounted GL or top-mounted M2. It's just like a more striker power. I do like that you can get the slats and the trophy on it and still have it. No, that's the thing. No, you can't. I feel like the biggest advantage of the strikers is the speed. But then as soon as you make them not killable by 40mm grenades from underbarreled rifle launchers, you lose all the speed, which is like their main advantage. It really sucks. I actually really don't like it. If they didn't lose speed for it, I think I'd wholeheartedly be like, yeah, this is a cool unit. Like, it's a very fast, survivable kind of micro unit. I don't know, though, man. At 80, like, you're barely even fucking faster than, like, a souped-up Abrams or Bradley. And then it's, like, the comparison gets really bad for the Striker, I think. I don't know. I get what they're trying to do here. But I don't know many units where they bother to lower the speed like this on putting on their APS as an extra armor and shit. And I really don't think Striker is where they needed to start. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't think they needed to. Because, like, then what the fuck is the point of the Striker then? Sling says, I believe that's why the military got rid of this sort of Striker in the real world. Yeah, but they don't do it in this game. Like, you can take all the planes and put, like, 1 billion bombs on them and they fly at the exact same speed and turning agility as with no bombs. Like, so I don't really get why they decided for the Strikers specifically, let's do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it kind of sucks. Kind of sucks all the fun out of using the Strikers. I think, I would hope that this is something they don't stick with. It's a bad application of realism. Yeah, because they already pick and choose as much as they want with realism with these games mechanics, which is fine. That's what you should do. But yeah, like, it's just like you're paying money already. Like, it's not like you're paying less money for this. So it's like pay to lose. You're paying to lose the main advantage of the Striker. Yes, availability. Yes, if you only have Striker, you have to take Strikers. But that's not really how deck building tends to go. You tend to, like, pick the things you want. And when the spec is called Striker spec, you'd think the Strikers are meant to be, like, a main draw. And it's just fucking weird that you're paying out the nose still, and you are losing the main advantage of this shit. It's so weird. I really don't like it. Yeah, the whole point is Strikers meant to be high mobility. Yeah, it says in the spec's description. Fast, flanking, fast, mobility. How you playing this? They give me another press build. It's just, I really don't like that. I think if it was only the 10 down, like, once for the strat as well, but then it's like, why the fuck are you losing for the trophy too? Like, you're double dipping? It just feels really bad, man. Yeah, 80's literally only 10% on the Bradley of the engines. Yeah, it just feels really bad. I don't like that. Don't like that at all. And keep in mind that road speed being high is all it's got, because it's already as slow as track units off-road anyway. In fact, it gets slower than them once you put all this shit on. Does 90 be okay? I think so too, yeah. That's right, Captain. So I'm not that excited about the Strikers themselves, honestly, because I think while on paper, cool, I think in practice, I don't like how much speed you're losing putting all the shit on them. I don't like how expensive you have to go to make them anything more than kind of like a forgettable transport. Like a forgettable ACV or whatever that we've seen before from the Marines or something like that. I'm not loving what I'm seeing from the Strikers here. Especially with how low they're keeping the ammo numbers on the Javelins. Like, if you were getting 6 Javelins or 7 or 8, it'd be very different. But to only get 4 Javelins in a world where APS exists and can be on almost everything, this feels like the exact opposite of how I want to be building units. You know, I'm not a big fan. Hey, what the hell though? Why is this one so cheap? Am I stupid? Oh, because this one doesn't have to take the fucking Bushmaster. Okay, so the ESV one actually is my favorite so far because it gets this the cheapest. 115 for 2 APS charges, smoke, okay-ish armor, and a Javelin. Now we're talking. If I could take this option on the others so I wasn't forced into taking the... Oh, wait, I can! Okay, hang on. Okay, hang on, we're getting somewhere now. Wait a minute, we're getting somewhere now. Okay. I'm coming around on them a bit. Okay, maybe they're slow. Now I'm starting to see it. Okay, I was an idiot. You know what I did? I compared the wrong specs. So far, I'd only looked, because I was going slow, at the Recon one, which you pay out the arse for. Because you have to take the Bushmaster. Okay, this actually isn't so bad at all. And I was looking at the Striker because it's expensive already. Okay, but these ones aren't so bad. No, I take it all back. Like, I still think it feels bad, the speed thing. But I'm starting to take it back, because now you have a transport that only costs 115 for all its bells and whistles, can survive infantry shit that isn't actually dedicated anti-tank, has a javelin with 4 shots, the price is right, 16 health, 9 soldier slots, 9 transport. That actually is getting pretty good. That's actually getting exciting. And you can pick between an M2 for helicopters or the Mark 19 for close combat. You actually can't even take the autocannon with a javelin in this build. 80 speed is still sad. 80 speed is very sad. I agree. Like, I think you're wasting your time if you take this as just, like, a transport. But bring in the APS and the javelin, or even for 75. I mean, even just for 75, the javelins. But I don't know, at that point, this compares... See, at that point, this compares to a Bradley for the same cost. Because javelin v tow. But if you take the armor off, you can go full speed, which is the advantage of this versus a Bradley. And it carries more soldiers. Okay. Yeah, that is pretty comfy. These are pretty comfy. I'm starting to agree with you. I'm not even sure if you take the APS or just go reactive. But this is getting comfy with this weapons option. Way, way better. Way better. That's looking way better. I love the Killdozer blade on it too. Striker ATGM here. Overfly attack. I feel like I was doing like a whole presentation before of like, hey guys, now let's move on to the Striker ATGM. And at some point I just started yelling and ranting about the units, and now I'm just talking to myself. And I'm like, okay, fuck. I'm not doing like my showman voice anymore. This is very similar to the Striker Lav, the Lav AT. In fact, it's so similar I want to compare them. Go to your cheapest builds first. You're paying 10 more for the Striker ATGM for the same weapon system with less ammo, in fact. For the same speed. Better armor on the Striker ATGM. Sorry, no, yeah, yes. Better armor on the Striker ATGM on the front at least. Lav AT can go in the water. But you do get more ammo on the Lav AT over here. And they both shoot the same rate. Yeah, they both shoot the same rate. Sure gets the smoke built in, that's true. Because you'd have to go A2 armor and smoke to compete with that. That makes the armor comparable. Makes the armor the same. It's the same fucking vehicle, guys. It's still amphibious if you care about that. I mean, on that one map, on Kaliningrad, it actually can matter, which is funny, but not a ton in a lot of other maps. So now you're paying 5 more. So now it flips the other way where you're paying too much to the Lav AT for the same thing. Oh, but you get 2 more health as well. So now the Lav AT is kind of still in head, I guess. I like Lav AT so far. But you get Strat 2 reactive. This is like a fucking arms race, but it's armor. You get like actual good armor on the Striker ATGM now that can tank something. But you're losing your speed. Make it make sense, STB.
We've got an incoming.
The Lav AT doesn't.
Commander.
Oh, what the
Guess
hell?
who?
Guys, Wizards, thank you. We're doing deck building. How are you? We might play the SP mission afterwards as well. Howdy, howdy, howdy. How are you? Welcome to the raid. It's Broken Arrow starving in here, but we're Broken Arrow feasting on every morsel we can get right now. What's up? What are you playing, Ghost Wizards? Yeah, and then you can both get the same upgrade in the TOW 2, and it's the same thing. So it really comes down to your armor options. Fully upgraded, is the Lav ATM just better? The Lav Arse... Don't say that. No, because this, for almost the same price, has better armor. You trying 40k mechanic? Is it fun so far? Oh, I'm glad. I never tried that. I probably never will. I'm glad you're enjoying it, though. Surprised you're going on the Tuesday. It's because the Broken Arrow press build just got given to me, so I stream my Broken Arrows on, you know. Thanks for the raid, Ghost. I appreciate it. That armor will help you do some shit. But... yeah, I don't know. They're very close, aren't they? I don't know what you pick if you've gone both. Probably the Lav ATM is going to be my gut pick. There you go. Go to the battleship. Let's go to the fucking battleship. Let's go to the fucking battleship. What the fuck is this thing? Guys, what are we doing? I want it. Now this is a technical. This is a trucknical. What do you want, guys? Do you want cheapest possible build with 3 M240s? Nobody wants that. Even the gunners don't want that. They've gone home. They're disgusted. What a waste. Do we want to have 3 M2 Brownings? Maybe. Yeah, we wake now. Cameron says Marines should have one too. They may win in Iraq. It's very Iraq war coded, isn't it? This could be a threat to helicopters. Has 100 road speed. It does have 100 road speed. Do we want grenade launchers? The gunners have gone home again. But we could roll this thing into a town for 50 points and hit garrisoned infantry with 3 grenade launchers. Fuck, you should Mad Max this thing through the enemy's backline of Humvees. This thing is built to go with the Humvee kill strat. This is the generation kill, like, tank. Or would you guys like to have 2 TOW 2A launchers, and you could still have a machine gun for helicopters? It's your choice. What do you want? It's basically a BMPT at home with this build, yeah. 80 points BAPS, yeah. I mean, I think the Striker ATGM and the Lav AT, I think they shoot 2 at once as well, because they have, like, double launcher or something. So I don't know how this compares to them, but TOWs do have better range. And it's also literally 2 launchers, so it probably shoots a bit quicker. Well, I want to note you have to broadside to see the unmask the guns. Yeah, you probably won't have to win the game, but yeah, in reality that would be funny. That's why they call it a battleship. Guys, Battleship Nation, how are we feeling? How do you feel about this thing? Give me your honest thoughts. Do you actually think this thing is useful compared to, like, Striker ATGM and Lav ATGM? Carl Francis here. It does look like a war wagon. Some orc shit. It's something. I think this probably compares badly to the AT. I actually think this thing's true purpose is to be fucking annoying to infantry in towns or helicopters. I actually think the Brownings... You want Brownings for helicopters, but apart from that, you probably want like 2 grenade launchers and a Browning, or 2 Brownings and a grenade launcher. Or 3 Brownings. Only way I can see it being useful if you call in 8 of them? Well, hold that fucking thought, buddy. Let's go find something now. I made some decks earlier. How many of these can you have if I brought them? If I was brave enough. You can bring 8 of them. You know, that actually could be good. That actually could be good. Let's be real. Hated these hiding in the forest. Yeah, I'm actually starting to get convinced. Anyway, that's the end of the vehicles tab, right? Thanks Battleship. And remember, some of these aren't actually in the vehicles tab; they're in the infantry tab. Like this is a transport. This is a transport, obviously. We have toys that can't transport infantry. Buddy, it can't transport infantry anyway. If this thing could transport infantry, that would be interesting. But it's just a vehicle to kill people with. Tank rolls into 16 tow missiles. 80 points and 2 rows is outrageous. I agree. I don't think the tows. I don't think the tows loadout is its best one. I think its best loadout is definitely the other weapons. Gunner's floating. Ignore the gunner. Ignore the gunner. Let's go to the support tab. Hello, CRAM. I don't know if the CRM is good. I want someone to tell me it's good, but I don't think it is, because compare it to the Pivads. Again, you may not be armored, so it's good. It's good because you can't get the Pivads without taking armored, and often you don't want to take armored, or often I don't. But if you compare the CRAM to the Pivads, the Pivads is tankier, which is great for seed soaking. The CRM is faster, fair enough. Excuse me, I got the hickeys. Pivads gets a smoke, but less health is really a killer there. Yeah, I know, Zaku. It looks like worse Pivads, which made me really sad because I want a better Pivads, Zaku. I'm the same. Let's look at the weapons details, because here's where it's all going to matter. So, they can both shoot the same things. Apparently the Pivads has a cluster attack, but the CRAM doesn't. Which is interesting. Does that mean you're going to struggle to shoot down missiles more with the CRAM? They have completely different types of munition. We're firing, like, a heat munition with the Pivads, but we're firing a kinetic munition with the CRAM. Offer over the detection for air detection. Bro, they've done the CRAM dirty. I swear to God, they've done the CRAM so dirty that this fucking piece of shit M113 with a Vulcan on top, which is the fucking most useless piece of garbage that never did anything for real and couldn't even fucking hit anything, is better than the fucking CRAM. They've done this thing so fucking dirty, I swear to God. M113 supremacy, god fucking damn it. They shouldn't have made Striker Brigade, they should have made the M113 Brigade. Yeah, M113 Super Gavin, best tank in existence, god fucking damn it. God fucking damn it. Then he says, Beagles play the Pivads in Warzone now, it seems. I have! And it's fucking useless! It can't do anything! Maybe the idea is to have both of the shield. Like, that's really the advantage, I guess, straight away, is that you can at least have 8 of them if you go Striker Armored. Otherwise, I think we have to see what the weapons are like in play. This only has a magazine size of 155, excuse me? How much extra ammo does it have? What's its maximum ammo? 1540. 2100. It's even got more fucking ammo. God damn it. Same aim time. This thing has to reload. The Pivads can shoot for 750 shots before reloading. This thing has to reload after 155. CRM can't fire on the move? God damn it! It's more damage per shot. Does that... No, it isn't. The Pivads has more damage. The Pivads has 2 and the CM has 1.5. But it's kinetic instead of heat. The Pivads has a blast radius of 4. The CRM doesn't. But it has 40 to 80 millimeters of kinetic penetration. It's really just gonna matter how much that matters. Sorry, I bungled that sentence. But like, the only way the CRM is based is if it turns out that pen matters a lot. And I don't use these things against helicopters, really. The main thing I use these things against is missiles. So maybe the CRM touches a missile once and it dies because missiles have armor? I don't know. I feel like probably not. Makes me sad too. Yeah, I want a good Pivads. On paper, it looks like shit compared to the Pivads. Why have they done this to CRM? I don't understand. I hope it's better than it looks. Against Versar, you planes it will? Yeah, but we don't want to shoot the planes with the CRM. We want to shoot the missiles. Doesn't HE damage have more damage for off the kinetic? No, it's the other way around. HE always does its full damage, whereas kinetic gets more the closer you get. Like, I feel like a CRM's going to kill a helicopter a bit quicker if you get it under a helicopter, but that's not what I'm scared of. Anyway, we'll see, you know, we'll see. We will see, okay? Rage same, yeah. We can't unfuck this duck, Benny. It's fucked. Okay, Striker gets a bunch of transport trucks, which is cool. 9,000 cargo space and 24 seats. I like that. They've made it now so that armored troop transport doesn't remove all the supply. Now you can get half the supply still, which is kind of nice. That's nice. I appreciate that. One thing you gotta watch out for, though, is that this looks great in practice. Oh, 24 soldiers and 4,500 supplies. Great. But unfortunately, every soldier you load takes up, like, up to the limit of your heavy lift weight. So you'd still have to go flatbed multi-purpose to bring a bunch of supplies into seats you don't fill with people. Crackcast's 20mm Vulcan versus better than 30mm CRM. Devs mess one up IMO. We'll see. Maybe the paper stats tell the wrong story. Maybe in-game it is more effective. We'll see when we see it in play. If we see it in play. John Penny says, I meant in terms of damage post-penetration better than enemy armor. Oh, yeah, you might be right. I don't know. Yeah, you might be right. I don't know. Exactly, maybe missiles have armor and the pen does matter a lot. That's right, we don't know. We just don't know. The Broken Arrow devs are generally pretty good, but I wouldn't be surprised if they've goofed at least one time in the whole game. But let's give them a bit of faith. Let's assume this thing is better than it looks. Anyway, Hemet. Usual truck shit. We don't need to sit on this forever. We remember the PLS from the Marines. It's the usual kind of shit. It big truck, it drive around it, do lots of things. I think Hammond actually looks pretty good for having 24 soldier slots and 9,000 cargo. That's actually a pretty good flexible option. Fuck me, is it expensive though? 70? You're telling me this truck is worth 2 BMP-1s? Fuck you, motherfucker. That should be 60 at least. Why are the US trucks so expensive? Okay, we're gonna ignore that. We're gonna ignore that. I can't think about that. HIMARS is great. Look at what they took from you. The Marines used to have this, so you should remember the HIMARS is great. It's just goated. HIMARS is super good. This is an old unit though, we don't need to look over it again. Just remember it's like the longest range artillery in the game. It's so good. Meth Mars. Tower of Scotland sounds made expensive. This thing we looked at before as well. Seems sick. Honestly, seems fucking awesome. 15 Sidebinders, 15 Stingers, 15 Hellfires. I feel like it's just going to be good no matter what. Seems really, really, really good. Does it have the Bull-bearing Missile? I don't know what the fuck that is. This is exciting, right? Patriot Pack 3. Let's have a look at these side by side. Well, compare them to the original one, actually. Go to Armored. Compared to this piece of garbage. Sorry, I shouldn't say that, Patriot. Just look at the quantum leap, though. Like, for the longest time, this is the only good long-range AA that the US has had. 4,000 meters. Okay, fair enough. Long range. Fair enough. But 4 missiles for 180. That's it. Welcome to the future. Instead, why don't we have, okay, less range, but why don't we have 16 of those missiles instead that still do tons of fucking damage? Or they don't as much. God damn it, US bros, we keep losing! It does way less damage than the Patriot Pack 2. But the multi-targeting is way better, right? This can fire at 3 different targets at once, and it can fire 2 missiles per target. Whereas the Pack 2 can only fire at 2 different targets, and I guess 1 missile at a time. So this thing's gonna fucking spam. This thing should be better at cruise missile defense. This thing should be better at dealing with seed and cruise missiles. You would hope. So the Pack 2 might still have a very important role because it's cheaper in anti-air. Pack 2 will be fine at that, I think, but Pack 2 still might be the best at that because it's range. The Pack 3 may be the best for anti-missile defense. Benny says, to comply with the ban on cluster munitions IRL, HIMARS fires a rocket full of 10,000 tungsten darts that airburst, and each dart can go through several inches of steel. Oh my fucking god. He says, you don't get the same with the 8 times. Yeah, you gotta go whole hog. You gotta go all the way up to the 16 missiles to get the missiles per target. But you can still get more multi-target, which is still good. It's definitely a lot more missile. Compare it to the other one as well. That's the Pack 3. Then there's the Pack 3 MSC, which is similar but different. This is 12 missiles instead of 16, but you get the same level of multi-target and missiles per target. You just get a bit more range. Rather than 3,200, it's 3,600. And remember, the range is doubled when the radar is on at high alt. So that's going to equal an extra 600 meters of range total. You're still 800 meters of range behind the Pack 2 with this radar on, though. But yeah, I think these things will be a godsend for missile defense, like, especially because the CRAM has disappointed me on paper, but it'll be good, it'll be good. Cope, Beagle, cope. I think it's going to be good to have these things to do cruise missile defense. I think if you have a good bunch of this shit going, you should be able to stop their shit the way they were stopping ours. Farley says, IRL, this is why we still run all 3 variants. Exactly, yeah. And I think it's nice to be able to mix and match like that, too, if you have these specs, because, also, again, you don't have to take Armored to take Patriots anymore. Good stuff. Yeah, and having so many missiles at the ready. Exactly, yeah. No, I think this is good shit. Especially when you consider that, like, yes, the Pack 2 is more likely to do a bunch of damage in one shot and have longer range, but once ECM and flares get in the mix, a lot of the missiles you fire aren't hitting anyway, so it's important to have a lot of missiles and be spamming them, I think. Yeah, they have the same reload time as Pack 2, so they have difficulties with sustained pressure. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like, if you need to resupply, yeah. I think those will be good, though. Like, you're paying a lot for it, but I think they're going to be very good cruise defense. Support players, you know, please, I will not be mad at you. Go ahead and make an Armored and Striker together deck. Take all 3 Patriots and just put them down as CRAMs and pivots. That can be all you do in the match. I'll be fine with that. Spend your extra money on some air support and artillery, okay? The support player strat is back. Bring that and some HIMARS. I'm fine with that. Just roll out anti-air dominance, and if it works, I'll be happy. I'll have a quick look at the Mad Hatter, or I'll look at them after. Other than that, Striker MC. Do we need to compare it to the Marines one? Go on. Compare it to the Lav M. Why do I feel like the Lav is going to keep being the Chad? Well, unless you want to have your Striker have APS, I guess. Sure. But yeah, other than that, I mean, the Slat Armor legitimately has a use for not getting counter-batteried by mortars, but I feel like that is in a world of proportional response, and in Broken Arrow, it's more like you mortar and then they drop a GBU on you, so probably not as relevant. LavM hardly has any range. Yeah, there's a bit better on the Striker, but not much. It is a slightly better mortar on the Striker, to be fair. It is slightly better. You're getting less ammo. You are getting less ammo. You're not getting whatever this Dragonfire shit is. Also, you can upgrade to the Dragonfire. So, not super exciting. Striker, I'm sure. This is an interesting unit. First, let me look at the Striker SPH. We looked at this before in comparison. It seemed to compare fairly reasonably the same with the Howitzers, the Paladins from Armored. Yeah, nothing to write home about, I think. Interesting that you get APS in it, but again, I'm not sure if you'd want to. But what's this reload time? Oh, we didn't look. Reload time 4 to 6 seconds. Reload time 4 to 6 seconds. Striker M. Shorad. This is an interesting unit because it's going to be expensive, but this is going to be the only US thing, if not the only thing in the game that is both Shorad and has an APS system. You have to pay $220 for it. But even the Bradley Shorad can't get APS. And this is actually very relevant. Compare everybody, I'm sure we'll do that. It's very relevant because obviously attack helicopters use ATGMs. So this really matters. You can only get bust-through reactive on the most expensive Shorad. You know, you can get more stingers here, right? No, that just gets the M Shorad radar, but let's compare it to that. That's what we're doing up here. Upgraded engine if you want to get that speed so that your fucking Bradley can go faster off-road and almost as fast on-road as the Striker. They've got to reverse this. It's fucking giving me conniptions. That's wrong. Come on, man. This thing goes 10 faster on the main road than the Bradley Shorad. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck you. Anyway, you know, Wheeled Madness. Yes, you can get Hellfires with the Striker Shorad, yes. Correct? You can. You only get 4 Hellfires plus 8 Stingers. Why does it cost more? Because get fucked, that's why. Just fuck you. It's a very expensive way to get HE Hellfires, and I'm not sure if I would go for them here, because fuck, that is expensive. That is so expensive. Though I also see why, because it's comparable, okay? That's discounted in the unit's upfront cost, but the thing is, think of the double Stinger pod as the default loadout for the Striker M. That's comparable with the, like, linebacker here, right? When you go up 20 to get Hellfires, 6 Hellfires, you're paying 20 more. Same as you're paying 20 more to go up from double Stinger pods to HE Hellfires here. The reason it looks like it costs more here is because they allow you to go downwards like the Avenger. So you can go down to the AP KWS AM version. Wait, what? That's interesting. Okay, we know this is anti-helicopter, which is funny. And you still get Stingers. Or you can go all the way down to only 4 tubes, 8 Stingers, with an M2 HMG for 170. And you get both Hellfire and Stingers. Yeah, exactly. So that's also true. You also get both, whereas the M Shred doesn't. So, actually, you know, don't judge too quickly. You are getting a lot there, but you're also paying for it. You're also paying quite a lot. You're losing all that lovely speed. You don't have quite as much health as the M Shorad. Fair enough, it's a Bradley. Bradley says, the APS is huge because even the Bradley Shred is liable to get one-hit KO by a Lemur. Yeah. Yeah. So the APS is, I think, the main important thing here that you're paying for, right? Like, I guess you could argue that even without it, this thing could be a pretty potent AA platform, but I think in comparison, yeah, you're paying a huge premium, but you have probably the world's first Shorad unit that could actually hope to kill an enemy helicopter in a 1v1. I know, crazy. Like, play the sound of applause sound effect. Like, you could feasibly, for the price of that helicopter now at 240, maybe this thing could 1v1 an attack helicopter if the rolls on the Stingers and the Hellfires are not terrible. You could go down to 220 and just be all Stingers instead. Do note that the Stingers have multi-target, whereas the Hellfires don't. So there is a case to be made for that. And same thing, right? Like, now it's a bit cheaper. What's the range of radar on? Well, it's, you can see here if you mouse over at 1.25. So, whatever 1.25 is of 2,000 meters, which is 500? 2,500 meters it should be. The Nucleus says M-Shroud is good, I think. The firepower and protection is very good compared to the other US Shroud. Well, they both call M-Shroud, but I think at 220 it's probably getting there. I think you need to take the APS for this thing, because that is its job, that is its life. It's here to duel the enemy helicopters. And I think with dual Stinger, like, I would not put this into the front line like the cheaper and more expendable and more durable SHORAD, where the Hellfires are useful against enemy tanks. That does double duty, that's very cool. But I think with the Striker M SHORAD, it's too flimsy. You would keep it back, you rely on the APS, you have a couple of them, and you really go like 2v2, 2v3, 2v4 if you have to against enemy helicopters while defending your ground units. So that's an interesting unit. That's like a star unit for Striker Brigade. Not because it's such a good deal, it really is very expensive, but it's a standout unit because no one else can do that. No one else has an APS AA unit. So that's interesting. Bradley says, if you're Armored Striker, I'd have Strikers and Bradley Shred units paired off. That's a good idea. Yeah, if you could get the Striker... Well, they go the same fucking speed. If you could get the Striker to be tanked for by the Bradley M SHORAD... No, sorry. If you can tank for the Bradley M SHORAD with the Striker, that could even work well. This is counterpoint. The rockets can ignore flares of lasing. Yes. True. True. Yes, if you go the Fletchers, you still have 8 Stingers. It's cheaper. And yes, as long as you have a lasing unit nearby, if that works, I'm not 100% that works. If that works, yes, that could actually be good, but also the range is much lower, so it depends if you're fighting in woods or around building cover. What's the range on a T-15's 57mm though? Sure, at T-15. I think you're thinking of the Cessna. I don't think the T-15s get that. I'll go look for you, but I think you're thinking... Sorry, not the Cessna, the Dervishes. The Dervy gets the best AA in the game, if you ask me. They get the... Why would you pay for that? They get this, which can't be flared. It was a joke. Oh, I'm sorry, you were joking, but, like, Russians get that, so that wasn't funny, actually, Gof. That just made me upset. Because it reminded me the Russians do get a 1900 meter long AA unit that cannot be flared and kills every helicopter in the game in like 3 seconds. And you made me very upset when you reminded me of that, so please don't ever say that again. That was a very unfunny joke, and I'm very upset. It does make me mad, honestly. It does. It does make me mad. Like, if the Booker's autocannon went that far, I wouldn't be mad, but I'm mad. I'm very mad. Are we done with the support tab now? Yeah, I think we are. Check the reload rate of the Striker SBH? Sure. It reloads 7 to 8 seconds. Which isn't bad, that's like close to mortars, right? But I think it's the same as Paladins. Okay. Reputation of cool infantry? Yeah. So, that's Striker's helicopters. Enjoy. But then, we get to the air tab. Now look, there's not a lot of different shit going on here, but there's F-16s, and I love that. We'll look at the Stratofortress first. This thing can be quite cheap. Kind of similar to the B2 Spirit, I guess. So I guess it's not a good deal, because you just take a B2 Spirit instead. No, never mind, it's like 100 cheaper, because you're getting, instead of 5,100 pounders, you're getting 2,000 pounders here. You're getting 18,000 pounders for 400, whereas the B2 Spirit, that would cost you 500. You're getting no fucking ECM or stealth, though, so good luck getting that in there. But I don't know. Like, this falls back in more into the meme category of bombers. In fact, this is probably the memest bomber of this loadout, because even the Lancer has afterburners. It's kind of sick, by the way. Whereas this thing doesn't. Honestly, since I last played Broken Arrow, I've actually come to appreciate how fucking awesome the Lancer is, IRL. How it's not just like a slow, sluggish bomber like I thought, but it's got like fucking afterburners. And it just like goes the fuck in. I actually think that's fucking sweet. It's got like swing wings, right? It's actually fucking awesome. And I want to fit it into my deck purely because I realized how fucking awesome it is. So maybe I'll do some bone gaming when we get into the multiplayer again. But for now, comparing it to the Strato Fortress, the point is I think this is the weakest US bomber in terms of actually getting there. It's definitely the kind of bomber you use when they can't hurt you back, which you probably don't need 2,000-pound bombs for 400 points at that point. But early stealth tech too? Oh, well they don't give it that in this, so don't tell me about that. I'll just start crying out bias again. But there are other loadouts. The Strato can bring JDAMs, which again, probably hard to get close enough to use that, but it's a little bit easier. The Strato can bring JSOWs, same thing. The Strato can bring cruise missiles. This is the same as like the Lancer builds though, where you kind of have to be careful how you do it because of like even having enough time to get them off. Like you gotta strafe to the side and do a lot of micro with it. But you know, you can bring a bunch of cruise missiles. 600 and 700. You can also bring your own designation pod. Where does it go? I want to know where it goes. Those look like designation pods. Or are those meant to be like ECM dazzlers or something? Oh, is it the fucking pilot? Where is it? Oh, I don't see it. To be honest, the loudest aircraft I've ever heard, lol. There's another Bombay as well. Like, maybe you want to mix in 45 500-pound bombs for 50 points. You can do that. You can do that if you'd like. Go ahead. For 50 points more, why wouldn't you at this point? That is a lot of bombs. It's on the wing pylon, is it? Where is it? I don't see it. You can on the Bombay. Yeah, you have ALCM. I think it's the same as we've seen over here, yeah. I assume it's nuke, right? No. ALCM is just a cruise missile. Blast radius is smaller than a 2,000-pound bomb. It's just comparable to the other cruise missiles, I think. Right wing far pylon, not with a bomb? Let me see. Right wing far pylon. Oh, there it is. Thank you, you're right. There it is indeed. And why is there a weapon image there? I have no idea. I don't know. Fast Spice is actually, when having a slower plane be better for cruise missile spam because it will take it more time to fly to A radius, more time to launch missiles. Yeah, but the bone can also go this slow if it doesn't afterburn. It's a cool looking plane though. And again, if you don't have airborne, this is your best, you know, slinger of that strat. But like I said, you don't need to look at it too far. It's just another big bomber, which are hard to fit into a deck. But this, I think, is actually the main reason I would want to take Strikers, believe it or not. I don't know, I think so. Because I think the Vipers are actually going to be cracked. In fact, my only sadness is there's two different builds I want to run on the same deck that I can't because they're both on the F-16C. Let me show you. So there's an ECM pod here. You can pay 40 for 10 ECM. I'm a cheapskate, so I say no. Fuel tanks, yep. You've got like 2,000-pound bombs here. This thing is very flexible. Like, if you want to put all your eggs in one basket, this plane can really multi-roll if it's loaded out, which is cool. These are not JDAMs though. These are actual drop bombs, so that is something to keep in mind. But they do exist. You can go Snake Eyes, 500-pounders, Rock Eyes, fuel tanks. Yeah, 120 base fuel load is not good, I agree. But you can put fuel tanks on, and that's generally what I do to keep things cheap. What you can then do as well is go 4 AMRAAMs, or yeah, you can go 4 AMRAAMs, and then you can go 2 Sidewinders, and you have 2 Sidewinders. Sorry, not 4. Sorry, 2. You can have 2 Sidewinders, 2 AMRAAMs, or 215. This is the cheapest way the US can get an afterburning fighter in the air to just be pure ASF, and direct your attention to this stat, turn radius. Remember that until the F-16, the best, most agile fighter, because lower is better, was all the other shit at 850. This thing blows it out of the water. 765 is way sharper. You may laugh at that as well, but this does matter, especially in the early Ace Combat. We were always, every Ace Combat dogfight, getting into situations, excuse me, I gotta stand up for a second, where we couldn't outturn the enemy fast enough to survive, and turning radius mattered a lot. A plane that can turn this sharply will have a significant edge in those Ace Combat dogfights. Justice for F-22. I know, it turns better than the F-22. I know, it's ridiculous. So this is your best dogfighter in the game. Just hands down it is. It has the best agility. It has the cheapest, cost-effective, most, best cost-effectiveness for what it can bring. I don't think I'd go this cheap on it, though I love cheapness. Even I would go a little bit more expensive to 245 to bring 4 Sidewinders, because when I have a dedicated ASF, I need it to kill helicopters. But that's pretty good. This is like my F-15C build, but it's like 30 points cheaper, and has a better turn radius. I think it might have worse fuel, though. Can it shoot off bore? I don't know. How does that compare to the F-15C similar build? Well, there you go. I can even show you my airborne build. My favorite, until now, my favorite interceptor is... How hard did we run? I went all fuel tanks, I think. I went 4 Sidewinders and 2 AMRAAMs. Oh, but Beagle, you're getting a discount. Anyway, I ran them like this for 270 out, because you need the Sidewinders for helicopters. So I take max Sidewinders here. And then I cut costs by having less AMRAAMs. You could go to 4 AMRAAMs to 300. And this might be the better build now. 2 AMRAAMs was enough before, because the overkill mechanic prevented you from firing enough AMRAAMs off before you close into dogfight range anyway, in practice. However, now that they fixed the overkill mechanic so you can fire more at once, it might be wise to go with 4 AMRAAMs now, because you'll actually get to shoot them off. In the same venture, in the same vein, I think the Fex might be good now. I think it was a meme before. Some people swore by it because of the overkill mechanic. It never got its shit off in time, I think. But now that they've reportedly fixed the overkilling mechanic, I think the Fex might actually go hard. Because now you can actually do something of the fucking 20 AMRAAMs. Like, you can actually wipe a lobby with it. Hopefully. You know, it still remains to be seen in practice. Anyway, back to the F-16s. So yeah, this is a very cheap build. Again, you can go that bit more expensive and get some more missiles on the rails. You can't go, so if overkill does matter having more AMRAAMs, you can't go 8 missiles, you're stuck with 6, just like in War Thunder. But other than that, you know, this is a very nice price point of Interceptor to me. Something I want that's disposable, gets the job done. Hey, just happens to have best in show agility while we're at it, which is good. Not best in show speed, I think. So yeah. Your boy Boats, this is a great concept, learning so much. I'm glad. And again, I just don't think I'd pay for the ECM pod. Which I don't think the F-15C had by default, did it? Is that another reason it's better than the F-16 potentially? Let's see. One last check. I didn't compare them properly. Yeah, F-15 has 5%. It's not a lot, but it's there. Has more fuel too. And I will say, especially in the early Ace combat, I feel the need for all 360 liters of fuel. So 240 is not a lot. That's like if I only took 1 fuel tank on the F-15C. Because it's got the CFTs that keep it fueled up. So, I don't know. I think it's really good to be able to get it this cheap, but you do have to manage the afterburner better for that cheapness, I think. I think it's worse for the initial Ace combat, but better later on when you're not hanging around as much. We'll have a look at that in a second, Mad Hatter. However, before we move on from the F-16C, here's the other thing the F-16C can do that I think is fucking amazing. And if I played Airborne Striker, the F-15C would probably be my interceptor, because here's what the F-16C should really do. Bazinga. You can keep 4 Sidewinders so we can do double duty as a helicopter hunter as well. Or you can go cheap down to 2 Sidewinders or 2 AMRAAMs, whatever you want. 300 cost, 6 Mavericks. And Mavericks were bad, but as we saw in that tutorial we played last time, last month or whatever, Mavericks have been fucking fixed. Mavericks are very good now. You just like strafe an area, or just click on the enemy tanks, and they don't need to be lased, they just fire. And this plane can afterburn, has good turning still, has flares, it has enough fuel to get in and out, because it's got the fuel tanks, all for 300. This, I think, is the true power of this platform in the decks. Maybe this can kill Mavericks. Did they change that? It didn't used to be able to. No, they can't, Jarvis. That's one of the great things about Mavericks. They fire over such a large area now. I was watching someone use them earlier today. Yeah. Yeah, they're good. Better have tanks eating Mavericks? I don't know, because everyone has always said they don't, and you can see in the stats it says they don't. Like, if you compare that to a longbow, it should say destroy by APS, yes. But on the F-16, as you can see, it says no. So unless they've changed that, or I'm blind, it was double-taking bug in the beta. Oh, yeah. I'm not saying it wouldn't have been bugged, but no, it's not intended Jarvis is the thing. Yeah, Griffiths is in the beta, every single one of my maps hit. Mine too, yeah, but there are bugs. Anyway, this is a really good fucking build, right? It's got the fuel to burn in, get the job done, might even survive with its speed and turning radius, because turning radius also equals getting out of the front line faster after it's done. I think this will be the best build. This is the best Maverick Slinger in US by far. It doesn't get better than this. The Hornets don't have the fuel, and cost way more. Like, it's sad. If you compare this to the F-18D, like, they have slaughtered our poor bugs, because look at this. Here's your F-18D. Try to do a similar build, right? Okay, take all the anti-air missiles off. You can't even take extra fuel, because it's where the Mavericks go. And you've got to pay 50 for 2 Mavericks, 40 for 2 more, for a total. You can only have 4. And it costs you fucking all that shit. You don't have the fuel. Whereas over here, how much do you pay? 120 for 6. Is that better value or worse? 90 for 4 is probably comparable in price. But you can't take 6, which is really going to wipe an area out. You can kill like 3 tanks, and you can't take the fuel. Which means this thing really struggles on larger maps to actually burn in, burn out, and do it. Which is a problem. Though, give it to the F-18D. Does come in a bit cheaper. And has some ECM. So do give it to the F-18 for that. It does have some better comparison there than it could. Then he says, the Harrier is cheaper and has built-in ECM stuff lazy if you want. Yeah, but the Harrier is too slow, so it'll definitely die and it won't get there in time. Slightly worse value for the F-18 than the F-18. Yeah, I think it's similar, but yeah. What happens to your jet when you run out of fuel? It dies, so fuel is important. Anyway, I think that's going to be a very, very good plane. Then you have the F-16 CJ. This is the Seed F-16. That's what it does, that's what it's here to do. It has 2 by default, it's like a Growler, but it can afterburn. It has 2 by default, so you can take them off and still have 2 harms. Cheapest possible variant is with AMRAMs, 265 with 2 harms. You can go up to extra harms at 315 for 4 of them. There's ECM pods, you can't pair them. Again, though, I don't use these planes to draw fire. Seed is so long range, like, why would you? So, I think it's more the case I would rather take a Growler or something if I had the chance. So I'm not really super hyped about the CJ. I guess it's cheapish still, and it can get places. It can multi-roll. I think the main thing is it can multi-roll, right? You can bring it as your ASF plus harms. Like, that would not be bad. You could go 2 AMRAMs, 2 Sidewinders, 2 harms for 300. And you've got a bit of a multi-roll loadout if you can't fit other things. That is a fair point in this game. Yeah, true, Benny, true. When are you be able to do PvP? In like 4 hours. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream the whole time or finish and do some stuff over my house instead. So I'm not sure if I'll stream it, but if I'm still going by then I will. F-16V Viper. This is like the super F-16. It's got the big, square, chunky, conformal fuel tanks on it. And it's kind of like the F-15 Fex. No, it's not open better, sadly, Warm Conant. It's a press build. How long is the PvP going for? It'll only be like 1 match if we get it. So, it's probably not worth staying up for. I'll try to record it and put a video up of it later. You can get ECM on it. Again, I don't think it's worth 45 for 10 ECM, but that's just me. Get a self-designation pod if you like. I gotta check now if the designation pods let them see things at ground level, but they don't. 2AM9, 2AM120. Similar builds to the others. And you can bring a bunch of like JDAMs and stuff. So it's very much the facts of the Vipers. You're getting much more expensive. But it can bring like a bunch of JDAMs and stuff. And JSOWs. Which is pretty cool. The fact that you can do it is cool. I would probably go fuel tanks. Oh, you can even go Stormbreakers actually. That's a nice loadout. Probably go fuel tanks and 2,000 pounders. Would be a nice bunch of shit. But it can do all sorts of things. And he says, really show how much value that $10 ECM on the Store Black Hole Core is when you get these planes ECM pods? Exactly, yes. Yes, it's an intentional thing, I think, that of their balance, that different units get access to different options cheaper. Anyway, that's it. That's everything. Hope you liked the look at the USMC and Striker Cavalry regiments. Sorry, SOF and Striker Cavalry. Russia? Oh yeah, let's have a brief look at them. But I don't know much about Russia, so I'll just look at the units briefly, okay? Because I don't really know anything about them. Oh, yeah, and sorry, before we move on, you're correct. Airborne gets CA-10 now. which is a big change. Yeah, which we wanted to compare the Mavericks too. So it can bring 6 Mavericks for 95. Fuel isn't a problem because it can't afterburn, it comes with a ton anyway. It can bring its own designation pod, but it doesn't need to with the new Mavericks. It can go from wingtip sidewinders to 2 ECM pods for 20%, which is maybe more worth it on a plane this slow because you're getting plus 15% ECM for 45. If you wanted this thing to try and live, you would need these. Or you can go the other route and just accept that it will die and make it as cheap as possible so it hurts less. Which is probably what I would do. Kind of neat that you can bring sidewinders on it. I think that's cute. Like, this could be a anti-helicopter unit as well, but I think you can do something similar with the Vipers, so it depends if you have Vipers available. Is that a really tight turn radius or just because it's slow? I mean, it's both, right? Like, yeah, that is that is actually the best turn radius in the game, you're right. I think because it's so slow, it'll get around that turn slower, it'll rate slower, so it won't dogfight the best, but technically that is the best turn radius in the game, yes. It's more maneuverable than the F-22. That is far more maneuverable than the F-22, yes. Because it's so slow, yeah, it is part of it. But again, remember that slowness will make it go around that turn slower. But hey, I mean, maybe the strat is the Sidewinders Dogfighter A10s. As I was showing on the Discord, this is the true Chad build. For only 140, you can unload every single option and just have it be a gun. I like that. I like that this thing can... I like that this thing can be this cheap for just bringing the Gal. Because as we saw, the Gal does fuck. And you can get like $10 footlongs, right? $10 missiles? No, you're gonna pay 30 for the Hydras. That's still not bad for 170 for a close air support option. That is nice and cheap. Pure Spray's orgasming, I know. That gun did fuck in the tutorial mission, so this... I think this, because of its cheapness, could be a cost-effective unit to just throw into your deck. Like, it is something very cheap you could just throw in to, like, fuck some guys up. Sinless says, maybe the A10 will work like it does in War Thunder, it'll just tear overconfident monojets into confetti. Okay, so... the new specs. It is motorized infantry and mech. I will very briefly look at these because I am not a Russia player. Aegis 17. Fuck, it's him. I love that fucking picture though. You can't really see it unless you squint. But that is like just the fucking best character picture, I swear to God, in this game. That guy's pogging. Or shitting himself. All good, man. Have a good one. Bro, fucks. Yeah, look at that fucking pose. That guy turns on that fucking weird music. That while he's AGSing. Diversanti, this is... well, let's look at it by tab. So they've got VSS Recon. See, I don't play Russia and I'm not going to spend the time comparing, so I'll just say that this looks similar to their other options. Spetsnaz, GRU. Oh, now this doesn't. That's an 8-unit recon team. I think that's unique. They got Batman. I think that's unique. I don't think there's any other recon unit that goes above 6, right? Am I wrong? Hang on, loadouts too, so I didn't look at their loadouts. RPG 30. Wow! Okay, they get 4 650 heat pen rockets for 100. Interesting. That's something. Yeah, this is some real force recon. You know, lawn man pads? Oh shit, okay, so they also get a recon unit now that has stingers in it. Except their unit costs more, but has more guys. Which is good. It's good to have, you know, many symmetrical options so everyone gets to use the same things. Except for the fucking Dervisher! No, I'm fine. I'm not mad about it. I'm still thinking about it, but I'm not mad about it. Anyway, it's fine. We get lots of good things that the Russians don't get. Really, the time I played as the Russians, it was good for me to realize, damn, Russian infantry fucking sucks dick. I don't envy the Russians much anymore. Yeah, like fucking supply trucks. Yeah, like, which they barely get. But we'll see if these specs finally bring them. But yeah, they get an RPG-28. Wait, what? Oh, they get Vera plus RPG-28. Wait, so what are they losing? So this is the Verba. Or you can have the Verba plus RPG 28. You're losing nothing but tubes. You just get 3 shots for the Verba and 3 for the RPG 28. 900 heat pen. I'm gonna fucking... It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Beagle. Remember, it doesn't matter because the reason they have such incredibly good disposable AT is because their infantry sucks shit. Remember, there's a reason. They're not good at anti-infantry. That's why they get this stuff. I have to remind myself, because I always used to be mad about the RPG 28, because I was like, I wish I could do that. Okay, and they can get 6 tubes. God damn, that's a heavy recon unit. I mean, good for them. It's very expensive. It's very expensive. To be clear, that is what is offsetting this power. But that is a powerful recon unit. Absolutely. I think they still lose to our recon, though, because this isn't going to be used against infantry, I think. That's all about anti-tank. And they don't have very good anti-infantry, you can see. So this should still, like, get its butt whipped by Forcon, I think. As long as Forcon's shit's on point. I mean, their rifles are really good. They have 3 damage on their rifles, like Forcon. But, as long as Forcon's special weapons go off, it shouldn't matter. Depends who gets the first shot, I guess. BRDM 3! Finally, we get to see BRDMs and stuff. Does BRDM also get the 57mm turret? Don't let me fucking ask this. No, it doesn't, thank God. It gets a slightly better recon version. But you get rid of the cute spotlight. PRP 5 turret. What the fuck is this, bro? Okay, you can get rid of your PKT and autocannon combo to get a cord? Oh, it gets a laser designator. And better optics, right, okay. Because it's a recon unit. Duh, Beagle. Kind of sucks for them that, like, you gotta go, like, literally a worse gun, though, for that. You know what doesn't suck for them, though? It sure doesn't lose any fucking speed when you cover it in slat armor. I'm not gonna let that go. Lower it by 90, then. Go on. Go on, lower it by fucking 90. Lower it by 10. Do it. Motherfuckers, I'm mad about that. That's like my new fucking Moby Whale. Moby Whale. Oh, we gotta cancel STB. You can't be saying that. That's no good. Oh, what a shame. HMG KBVT. UAZ calls like, oh, we get UAZs now. Cute. This is a cute little car. So this says, oh, this little car is cute, and you open its weapons option, it's like, oh no, it's bigoted. Oh my god. It's saying slurs. We have to get it out of here. Yeah, the ATGM that is the bane of content creators. I know. It's fine, it can reclaim. So it can go for the HMG KPVT, which is a nice little machine gun on top. It can go for a recoilless rifle. It can go for a... Whoop, I don't say that one out loud. Good for them. Holy speed. It goes 130. Holy shit. Bro, are UAZs this good? 65 off-road 130. They made such a big deal about fucking the airborne and like the airborne shit and the Ranger Special Operations Land Rover being like, it's the fastest Jeep in the game. And it's like, yeah, also, so is the UAZ. Bro, this fucking World War II, Cold War thing, we've lost the ability to make cars go faster in America. We've lost that technology, guys. We have no idea. We truly cannot advance beyond 1965 in terms of, like, horsepower and wheeled performance. I'm sorry. This is why our wheeled APCs get slower while theirs don't. They know the secret sauce. But he says the real proof America lost the Cold War. The seatbelts were slowing us down. Wacky says, give me that HGM though. Which one do you want, Wacky? Which one do you want me to show you? I'll just wait till you reply. Just getting ready to ban you. / timeout, Wacky OW, ready to go. The one at the top of the list, streamer. Wacky says, I think I have to go. Membrane says the American soldiers inside won't slow US vehicles down. Yeah, the 6-foot hamburger chads, you're right. Of course are. This is a little altitude one again, I think. Even this thing can't go as fast as the UAZ. Get fucked. UAZ is impressing me. We have, default and advanced optics for 2400. Okay, fair enough. It can self-laze, and it gets a Conqueror's ATGM, or a Bad Fur Day, or an Attacker M. Okay. Doesn't seem that exciting. What calibrization view on the UAZ? Let's find out. 14.5. It's like a chord. See what it spots ground? Oh, yeah, it should be the same. Yeah. UAZ vehicles are some of the only good automobiles, to be fair. Yeah? Fuck all the others. I agree. Also, I want to point something out. It has 2 machine guns because there's a guy on the front just bracing a PKP to fire it from the passenger seat. That's kind of sick. Not to be outdone by us getting the Special Forces sniper shooting out of the MRAP, they get PKP passenger. I love how his pose is so, like, locked in tactical, and then the driver's just doing this fucking stiff going for my driving lessons, trying to pass my test at the DMV pose. I love that. Alright, infantry. Did I not already go over this fucker? Why is he back? No, I did, but that's before I went tab by tab. It's fucking back, though. I can't get away from him. Motpgalata. I don't know how to speak Russian. They cost 65, but you get 8 of them. And they have an RPG-7V, which is not bad. And they have a sniper rifle. They seem okay. They're riding on top of the transport, but you can't do that in this game, which sucks. Seems fine. PTO Metis. Yeah, solid group of guys. Solid group of guys, fine. Maybe Russia finally gets infantry that isn't dog shit. Maybe? PTO Metis. Oh, no, it only goes 800, never mind. I was about to be like, ooh, there's 2 launchers, but that's dog shit. That's worse than a dragon. What is wrong with you fuckers? Why do you make it look so good like it's a fucking... The other one. Yeah, this one. Why do you make it look like it's good? And it's just not. It sucks shit. Benny says solid group of guys. Beagle 2025 talking about Russian soldiers. Sorry, Benny, I didn't tell you about my White House appointment. Sorry. Oh, I gotta go back now so I can get my my shit back. Where? Infantry, here we go. Okay, so yeah, there's them. I mean, it's 8 guys again, so good for them. Fuck, I lost it again. God damn it! I lost my customization options. Cornet, here we go. Cornet or Cornet M? Wasn't this the unit that Coastal had, and I guess Coastal has lost it? It's been moved to here now. I remember being mad about this unit because it... No, this isn't the one. The one I was mad about had a double launcher. It can't have been this one. VDV has a Cornet team. I guess they just use the same picture. But I think it has 2 launchers, which is pretty crazy. I guess I could check. Where's VDV? Oh yeah, it's just the same picture. And they get 2. That's nutty, man. Well, you get on it, game devs. You need to... Like, this picture is fine, but for the VDV one, you have to, like, drag around this guy in MS Paint and then copy and paste him over here. Needs to be 2 of them. Coastal got Conquerors, right. Okay, Igla. Motherfuckers, they got another double Igla squad. We cannot allow a fucking double manpad squad gap like this. They've got like multiple squads like this now. Damn. I think they have multiple like this. Gotta watch out for these small advantages. Oh, they can get the nice ones too. Why are Russians so afraid of helicopters and aircraft? I don't understand. Can anyone who's done any kind of military history please tell me? It just, guys, make it make sense. Guys, why aren't we in the American forces so scared of this? I just don't understand. SSO! Okay. They look cool. I'll give them that. They're very USEC core. It's the same picture as a bunch of fucking Marine Raiders. Lolsar says Russians are natives to open plains, making them easy targets for birds of prey. The reason is because Russian air superiority is so much better than American and Russian planes are so much better that the ground troops were inspired and want to help shoot down more, just to help out, like a morale thing. They don't need to. It's like the opposite of what they need to do. The fucking drum mag. Do they get... Wait, who gets a drum? I don't see it. Who gets a drum? RPKs! My Tarkov is tingling. Yeah, look in the back there. They've got a dude of an RPK with a fucking drum mag. They've got 2 dudes of that. Come closer. Let's see it. Yes. Okay. Now we're gaming. Not bad. 85 points. They haven't got the long range of airborne. But this is like quite a cheap CQB type unit. Look, you've got 4 smokes because they're special forces. Wow, wow, wee wah. Wow, we were 8 units, 40 health. They got the flashbangs. This is like Delta Force Light, right? Ooh, they've got thermobarics. Anything that starts with a B and has a launcher that looks like a square is bad, in my opinion, when it comes to Russians, or my experience. You don't want to get shot at by it. Yeah, that's thermobarica, right? Classic Spetsnaz sphere. Okay, good for them. And then what's standoff? Standoff goes up to... Ooh, suppressed PKPs. Okay. They get AK-74s with a bit better range. Is that because we're going to the 7.62 caliber? No, we're at 5.45 still. Oh, that's... Okay. The 7.62 goes not as far, because it's 7.62 by 39. But the 5.45 by 39 goes further. Okay, because this is heavier and not as good for... I don't know, I'm not a fucking gun nerd. Does this line up with Tarkov? That's all I know. Yeah, counts as 7.62 by 39 as Doctrine Ballistics. Yeah, because even though it's a bigger caliber, it's not the same as 7.62 by 51 that NATO uses. Yeah, it's a big, heavy piece of shit. And I know this because I've fired enough drum mags full of T45 M ammo out of rusty AKs in Tarkov to know that it is an old bullet that makes me think it's made of plasticine. So that does make sense. There's a bit of scope on it. True, the scope is also helping. And then they got the PKPs, yeah, up to 600, not bad. They got a sniper rifle instead of their burrs. Oh man, giving up the thermobarics though, that's rough. But, oh no, wait, silly me, why would I say that? Beagle, you fucking idiot. No, they just get the ripple fire, 5 of them. You fucking dumb fuck. Why the fuck would you think they'd give that up? Alright, that seems like a good unit. I would be afraid if I saw that unit after seeing these stats. I like the slight jauntiness to the leg pose of this operator here. It's like, you know, still masculine, but not afraid to just kind of like, let it hang out a bit. Not afraid to kind of have a little bit of pose going on. You could be on the catwalk like that, I think. Good for you. Well done. This is a strong unit. He's got the confidence. Yeah, that is a confident pose. Like, he's not showing up, like, trying to pose. Right? He's not showing up trying to, like, front anyone. He really is just happy with what he's doing. Good for you. He's kind of looking like that UAZ You can't say that. BTR-82A. This is, likely infantry transport options. So I guess motorized infantry doesn't have anything in the vehicle tab. We'll look at that after. The fuck is that? Oh, that's Conkers is what that is. Okay. We get a, like, better... No, we get a worse autocannon? No, it's slightly better. You can wait, does this Russian spec up stuff shit armor? We'll go back in a second. I'm just looking at the BTR now. Friend! For 55, it goes 100 on the roads. Carries 8. And, you know, only has to pay 10 to get a couple of Conkers, which can really fuck something up. You know, it can get up armored, but I'm sure it'll lose its speed for that. Sorry. You know, there you go. It's a little BTR. Yeah, SSO. They get 10 armor, so they're actually good, Benny. They're actually good. They're actually comparable to us. Boomerang! Just get out of the way. Fucking fuck you. Yeah, it's still bad armor. So, we've actually seen this unit before. The Boomerang. But they call it the Boomerang even if it doesn't have the Boomerang module on, which is confusing. But we've seen this thing before. You can make it more expensive with, like, APS and stuff. It carries 8 people. Yeah, you know. Oh, it gets 4 charges, really. Why? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, why? Why the fuck does it get 4? I'm not mad, but that's as many as tanks get with, like, trophy. No, we get 2. We get 2 of the strikers. Why does it get 4? It doesn't matter. I don't care. Look at the speed. I don't want to look at the speed. I want to move on. Great unit. Great unit. Glad you guys have it. Grad. 3,200 meter range. But once you turn the radar on... No, that's the wrong type of unit. Incendiary rocket, cluster warheads, high explosive. You guys need the grad explained. You know what a grad is. It's not a smirch. What the fuck? Oh. Big grad. Holy shit. Is this like the Russian Miklik? Effectively? No, it doesn't ignore as much cover. Incendiary might be the Russian Miklik. Except it actually has 3,200 range, so... Oh god, I don't want to think about that. What the fuck? High explosive. Oh god. Fuck. Shit, it ignores 30% of cover. Cluster warheads. I look forward to you guys getting to use this. Like, these specs have all the fun shit that you think of when you think of Russian decks in war games, I think. I think these are going to be some of the most popular. If I was going to play Russian, and I will at some point, I will play these specs, because these look like the most fun. 100%. They look so fun. They've got all your favorites. I bet there's a Scud in here somewhere, too. There it is. Kind of. Guided high explosive warheads. This thing almost got HIMARS range. Good for you, I guess. Never fucking Esther variant. Yeah. Oh, Osa! Osas are cute. I like Osas. I think they're very, very cute. I can't explain it. I think it's the duck build. I think it's the amphibiousness. Osa cute. 2,200 meter range on them. Damn you, Russian Shorehead. What is the rocket launcher's aim time? 10 billion years. 24 seconds. Can I love killing that thing with US spec builds? Oh, look how cute their names are. S300PM favorite. Which S300 did you bring? There's so many to choose from. I brought my favorite. Oh, it be rising. Favorite bros, is it so over or are we so back? Nice. Anyway, fuck you. It's another goddamn Russian AA. It's about comparable to our pack 2, it looks like. The hell does this do? PM2 favorite. It puts a 0-1 on the missiles. Oh, it makes them slightly longer range. Oh, it's better than our pack 2, okay. Why do I think it's a stacked cockpit for the driver? What? There's another guy behind him! What the fuck? That's really creepy. I didn't see him before. That's why there's 2 builds. So you could go, oh, it's my favorite. And then you see the guy behind going, it's my favorite too. Fucking hell. Okay, great. They get 2 to 1. They both get a door. It's like a fucking tractor. It's like an industrial machine. Bro needs a back rub. Bro, I gotta run a role-playing game. Me and my wife running the favorite around. Kamala says S300 better than Pack 2 Patriot is a position very easily discredited by recent field experience. LMAO. I'd like to see an S300 intercept the hypersonic. Well, don't worry, Kamalef, because that's the only time in modern wargaming you'll ever have to complain about something Russian seeming better to you than you think it should be compared to American counterparts. Don't worry, that was the first and last time it'll ever have to happen. It's never happened before, it'll never have to happen again. What is this cute little thing? I mean, guys, we got the Comanche, alright? Doesn't matter whatever shit that they get. Doesn't matter if it's better than it should be. It doesn't matter. We don't know. And you know what? We got the Comanche, so stay winning. Who's on the moon? We're on the moon. And we got the Comanche. Oh, I didn't even see that thing go up. That came out of nowhere. Oh, it leaves this little, like, boat down there. Ballistic missile. It is a little Scud. It's just called a Tochka U. You can't even see the driver in this one. Oh, hang on. I can see, like, the eye of a demon in there? What the fuck? Is, like, Earthbound going on in there? What is happening? Can anyone explain why this is happening? What? It looks like hell in there. Jesus Christ, there's like a fucking demon in there. This is like fear. It's going back and forth. Anyway, it also has no... It has no driver. Why doesn't... What the fuck doesn't have a driver? It's fucking possessed. Anyway, high explosive warheads or cluster warheads. Yep, cool. Whoa, that's fucking cheap. Because you have to pay... It only has one, so you have to pay the supply cost all the time. Still, 150 for a precision munition. That is very spammable. Folks, get your Patriot Pack 3s ready, because this is going to be spammed like crazy. It's only 6,000 meter range. Yeah, not 8,000, I guess, but still. Whoa! Supply truck! Whoa! Holy shit! Russia is going to be OP this beta. Russia's going to be OP on release. They got a fucking supply truck now. What the fuck? That's fucked up. They're not allowed to have a truck. 4,000 cargo, 16 people. Or you go armored. What the fuck is that? Bro, I built a garden shed and then I put it on the back of my truck and I went fishing. The door's open! Oh my god. That's adorable. I could have a wedding in there. It's like reception coded. It's the same speed as a striker. Don't talk to me about that. Okay, here's the big one. 8,000 for 24 seats. Can it have a house on the back too? It sure can. It can turn into the Iron Lung. The fuck? Are you gonna open that hatch? Yeah, hell yeah. Embrace the power of hexagons. Slanted armor! Bro's all alone though. I'm really sad they have to drive alone now. 2 supply trucks in one space isn't all allowed. This is crazy, man! This is nuts. And here is the best unit. Once again, bros leaning towards each other. You know that thing where they do the ridiculous meme of like the green lines showing who is the Chad and who is the soy boy by them leaning towards each other? Or like they fucking do the alpha man shit of like the woman is leaning towards him, she's into him. Look at the pose of the Zeus Gunners. Do you see it? They're such good roommates. They're such good friends. They're both leaning directly towards each other. They're gonna do like little headbutts together sideways. Like, yeah, bro, we shot that another. Who the fuck am I kidding? They're not shooting shit down. This thing's getting shot into infantry at close quarters. That's all it's being used for. What the fuck? What? What? It gets a 57 mil? What? What the fuck is this? You can't just put this thing on every vehicle you have, Russia. Oh my god, there's 4 guys. 2 more roommates for fun. But they're not leaning anymore. Now there's just a guy who's like... I thought that was his leg. I thought this dude's arm was that dude's leg and he was like bending it onto that guy's lap. Yeah, let's more detail the stats. Bros are just hanging out. This dude is leaning. Where is your leg going, bro? Beautiful piece of equipment. We love it. That looks like it's made of actual cardboard. That's insane. That's like corrugated iron for the shield. Actually insane. It has 120 to 240 millimeters of kinetic penetration. This thing is going to kill an Abrams and I'm going to scream. Or you can put Iglas on the Zeus if you want to be lame. I don't know. If you're gonna be a fucking loser, you can actually, like, commit to the shore admiral. Sounds fucking lame to me. Let's get this thing going. Ooh, nice. Nice, bro. We've really upgraded to the roller coaster carriage. It's like we're going on a little tour in the swan boats. That's romantic. Just says, because that 57 mil gun was in the coastal spec last beta, it sucks. I think you should take it because it looks funny. Imagine being beaten by these trucks. Alright, that's all their support. Hinds, I will be very briefly going over the Hinds. There are so many. It's like the Funko Pops of helicopters in this game at this point. We will briefly be looking at them. I do not need to see more Hinds. Yak 12 minigun. Kokon anti-tank missiles. Guys, I like a good Hind, but I'm over-Hinded in this game. Every spec, there's just 10 billion Hinds. MI-28, the Mickey Mouse looking one. Cheese to meet you. This one's gonna fucking get your ass. Never freaking MI-28, I know, right? Does everything's making one of these? Like, legitimately? Let's have a look. KA-52, MI-28, MI-35, which is a Hind. Hind. Okay, that's VDV, you'd expect it. Nothing for guard tank. Hind, 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 MI-28, MI-8. KA-52. Coastal gets fucking nothing. No, look! Did they move them all to here? I feel like some of these units were in other specs before. So actually, I'm wrong. They've just been moved. That's why it was feeling like that, Benny. Actually, though, we're wrong. They've just been moved around. Who lost everything? VDV didn't lose. I guess, did guard tanks have healers before? Or did naval have more? Well, that's fine then. They didn't get more, they just moved them around. Anyway, MI-28, cheese to meet you. It's... Fuck you, I don't like these things. They'd kill me. MI-8s, great helicopter, big fan of them. Very cool. Go to air. Shin Megami Tensei MiG-29. Sure. Why not? Go ahead. You got more swing wing bombing. SU-24s look cool, I'll give them that. SU-24 Russian Vark. Yeah, Vark, 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 Vark. Except to say it in a Russian accent. Vark, 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 Vark. I don't know how you say Vark in a Russian accent. Oh, they gotta cancel STB again, man. They can't get away with this. God damn it. Guys! Come on, we don't use that kind of language anymore, Russian aviation, please. It's 2025, come on. You can't call the bomb that. And I can't laugh at it either, because that's telling of me. I'm not supposed to laugh at that. If the Black Eyed Peas can change the names of their songs and their lyrics, so can I. I can be better too. Russian devs as ritual. They're not Russian! And it's the Russian military complex we have to talk to. They're the ones who named it that. Hard R2? As opposed to what? What do you... You don't call that the hard R. That's a different slur. That's a different one. We've had this conversation. Drop the re, so it's just... No, you can't call it that either! What did the Black Eyed Peas change it to? Let's get it started. So it should... STB, it should read 6 times Fab, 250 SHL, get it started. That's the mod we need. I don't know. Is that not the original song? Forsh, how old are you? Okay, we've got more Varks here. Luckily there's no ableist slurs in this SU-24. Really makes you feel like you're part of history. And then Frogfoot. Everybody loves Frogfoots. They're so cute. I didn't realize how little Frogfoots are, honestly, but they're so snub. They're so compact. I just think Frogfoots are cute. Forces M28, you're too young. You're too young to know the deep, true lore of the original of the Black Eyed Peas' music. Back when all the late night shows were like just doing the most insanely racist, transphobic, punching down like bits as jokes all the time, and nobody better than I. We live in a different time now, remember that. If you look this up now, you are about to be surprised. Alright. This is making me want to play War Thunder now. Alright, and here we have Mechanized Infantry. I actually think this is the coolest looking spec for Russians because of the cheap BMPs. This is going to be the fun one. Razvedka. Did Razvedka move from somewhere else? No, VDV Razvedka, right. Still can't use all 5 pilots on the Frogfoot? I don't know, I'll check for you. Let's check. That's a drone. I'm smart. You have four options. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Technically, you're using 5 per wing. It's just some of the options are doing multiple pylons. Okay. So, mechanized infantry. Razvedka, 50 cost. Hey, it's a little Forkon, except they're not as good as Forkon. What's that guy got there? Supply sensitive English again? Yeah, sorry. That guy's got a little orange case full of drugs? Fishing tackle? I can't tell what's in that box. I don't know. It ain't armor, though. That's for sure. These guys are, I think, a bit too flimsy to be a good combat unit. Sinla says, oh, stars. Now my girlfriend wants to play War Thunder 2. Lock her in. More girls need to be playing War Thunder. Lock her in. Yeah, it is cheap. That is good. It's cheap. Could be the health kit from Tarkov, maybe. They have the in-between damage. Oh, yeah, they have 2 damage for their guns. Oh, I mean, I kind of fuck with that. They've straight up just got old AKMs with PBS silencers on them. I've come around in this squad. That's kind of sick. I like that. Like, does already play War Thunder? Do you want to play it right now? Snipe Harry, 75. Nice and cheap. I love value. I like this spec. They've got customization options. We have to jump in and back again to see them. Just get a KSVK. Nice and cheap snipers. Good for them. They're like the marine snipers. BRM 1K. Recon BRM. And they come with logs, guys. They don't charge you extra for the logs. Don't worry. The logs don't slow your fucking road speed down either. Recon Grom. Let's go. Okay, so we can up armor it to have 180, 150. We can put the cope around it. Hope the log flies off on death. I hope so too. Oh, the log goes away! You lose the log if you up armor, which kind of sucks. Damn, you can make this thing cutting edge. Don't make fun of this thing. You can go up to like a 2400 optics turret on this thing. Who the fuck's paying 10... who the fuck's paying 70 for a BMP-1 though? Damn, no 57mm for this one. No, God is our supporter. Hopefully there'll be no 57mm in this whole spec. This spec does not deserve weird shit like that. This spec should just be like everything that killed me in Operation Flashpoint and nothing else. Okay, so that's a cute little unit. Good for them. I like how cheap everything is. Motostrelki! 7 men, so we're down from the 8 of Moto Picota. Very similar units, though. Incredibly similar units. But Moto Picota has PKP and SVD. Motostrelki is basic bitch. They just get rifles and some RPGs. They get ripple firing 84s, though. And they cost 55. Interesting. They're close. They're not so super far off each other. Okay. Motostrelki AGS. 7-man unit with a grenade launcher. Cool, good for you. I mean, fuck, this unit is like a better line unit than the normal Motostrelki. It's just they don't have a grenade launcher. Other than that, they'll fuck infantry way harder. They have any smoke, though. Motostrelki Igla. Okay. 1 launcher. Yes, we're so back. I like how these guys are all very similar. Like, they're basically the same unit. They just have, like, a slight difference in... This one has AT, this one has a grenade launcher, and this one has an Igla. Very homogeneous. Oh, actually, never mind. This unit costs 80. Get fucked. That doesn't sound like a good deal. Ognamechki. Combat engineers. If they're wearing gas masks, they're combat engineers. More thermobarics because these fuckers can't stop using thermobaric weapons, apparently. Oh, no, sorry, that's incendiary. There's the thermobaric. Alright, we know what it does. It kills infantry. Well... I'm just shaking my head very loudly to make sure everyone knows I don't agree with this unit. The language this unit is using. They get 2 of them, though. Even the picture is redacted? Hey, it's 1G. Yeah, but there's 2 of them, so they're gonna add it up. Even their portrait got cancelled. Factoria! What is this? Bro, nobody can stop their bigotry. It changes the launcher's name down here, but they still keep it the same name on the unit card. Bro, they're so homophobic, no one can stop them even when we give them something called different. They still call it the same thing in the squad. We've got to cancel this squad, man. Hopefully this is the last time I have to say that during this stream. Pulamechki. BKP. RPG 26s. This is just the same as before, but they get PKPs, I guess. But what does Pulamechki mean? They have goddamn customization options you have to come back for. Hang on. Every Russian score really gets a Ripple Fire AT. Well, no, a lot of them get RPG 7s. Just the ones we're looking at now. They get a PKP or they get a... dual chords. Okay. Price seems pretty nice for dual chords. Love the beanies too. Really nicely done beanies. Love that sort of gnomish look to the peak of their beanies or the way they wear them. That's different to how our operators wear them in the United States, I believe. Our boys, you know, our boys and girls. Our precious, precious NBs in Delta Force wear them differently, you know, in the green berets. And this is just that weird color of helmet I've seen in some RO mods. This is just like, what's that thing called? The tube thing. The tube thing that sucks, but it's good. The recoilless rifle. I'm gonna go to the Everspec and find it out. What is it called? SPG-9. Thank you. Yes, Benny. Yeah, we had SPG-9 gaming by the look of it. It actually is only 600 meters. It's just a very long RPG. It's for hunting elephants. Good for them. I mean, give it to them. They don't have weapons teams. They just, well, no, yeah, even in this team. They only have one small team, and that's the smallest combat engineers team I've seen. Everything else is just their version of a full-strength squad, but with a different special weapon. Cool. That's interesting. There's value in that, in being that broad across your front line, just being strong, well, kind of strong everywhere. They're still shit because they're bad quality infantry. But having your strength spread wide is kind of neat. Okay, vehicles, baby. Here we go. BMO 1. Yes. It's 50. It gets an autocannon. It can up-armor itself, but why would you waste its beautiful cost-effectiveness by doing that? Actually, that looks like a pretty good deal. BMP 1. 35 points. Let's fucking go. Yes. It comes with the log. It costs 35. What else do you want? What else do you want? Need I say more? It can swim, probably. Don't try it, but it says it can do it on the stat card unless you up-armor it. Then it can't. Who up here ready to do a complete BMP rush across the river in Kaliningrad from spawn to spawn? Are we ready, folks? Are we ready for like 30 BMP-1s loaded with Motostrelki taking the US spawn every single game of your life on Kaliningrad? BMP-2s? If you want to get exciting, hang on, what weapons does the BMP-1 get? Whoa, look out! Look at this! God damn it, they got me again. Guys, come on. Look at this thing! There we go. There we go. Gets a nice big autocannon. Good for you. I think the cost-effective build looks like the best one, though. The BMP-2... I mean, the shine wears off as soon as you start paying more than 35. I feel like this is the most underpriced vehicle in the game, and the others are kind of more in line of what we could do. Because we can get Bradleys for like 60 or 70, don't forget. So like, once you get to 70 cost, it's like, yeah, okay, but like, you know, I can kind of get something like that. The BMP-3 is kind of good looking. It got all like glow-upped. Still got the log though. Whoa! Gee, that looks heavy. I'm sure it slows its... I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. Those are some big bricks of ERA, though. Those look fun to eat, like gushers. You know, like the candy? I bet they're really fun. I bet they're filled with tasty stuff. The fuck? This thing can get 30% ECN. Interesting. You can get 2 smokes. Or you can get the module for all this bullshit on top. Is that Urian's duckbill? Wait, yeah it is. Yeah, it is! Oh my god! It's the first fighting vehicle that can put its hands up pathetically and go, no, please, not my face! That's kind of sick, though. Being able to get, like, 30% ECM on a thing with all the ERA and everything that still only costs 100, it's kind of cute. Good for you, BMP3. And then you got the BMP2. Yeah, get grenades. It seems cost-effective. Good for it. Poor BMP2. Probably the workhorse of the line. Completely overlooked. BTO. Upgrade into the BTFO. What the hell is this for? No, it's the mid-click! No, it can't be the mid-click. It's only got an aim time of 3 to 4 seconds. But our mid-click now has a time of 24 seconds, so surely the Russian version wouldn't have a time of 4 seconds. Eagle, no, everything's meant to be the same. It's an asymmetrics balance. I'm gonna fucking... It's not even the mid-click. It's just got thermobaric rockets. They're just direct fire. Look, it's not. We're making it up. It's just fucking thermobaric bullshit. Don't worry. It's just bullshit. It doesn't. It's not the mid-click. This is the mid-click they said. Okay, it aims for 10 to 12 seconds. Sorry, this is the one Russian unit I'm going to compare. Hold on. Wait a minute. It's in different tabs too. Is it for real in different tabs? Oh, it is. That's weird. Why is ours in SUP, but theirs is in V? Okay, compare this shit. Compare and contrast. No, this is bullshit. Fuckers. These motherfuckers. These motherfuckers. They nerfed the mid-click by making it cost more, and then they gave Russia a cheaper one. But we get a third mid-click. But don't tell me about the benefits we get. I only want to hear about the cope right now. But I'm mid-clicks to fuel air bombs? Bro, nobody's using the Catfe. Bro, the Catfe ain't it. It's all about the mid-click. I need to remind us all to look out for this thing on the battlefield. When you see the meteorite, remember it needs to be killed. Destroy meteorite. Destroy. Alright, what else do we have? I jumped to that. Oh, this thing's cute. I love this thing. Little MTLBs. These are cute as fuck. Got a lot of slat armor, huh? It's weird seeing Russian stuff with slat armor on it. I guess it's normal now. Oh, they get like a plane gun with Iglas. Cute. Oh, it's got 8 soldier slots for transport too. Cool. Almost feel bad for them that they only get 7 soldier slots in the BMPs, except the BMP1 slot's 8, so they can put their 8-size squads from other specs in. So you have to take BMP1s. Sturm S. Yeah, it's like a little ATGM piece of shit. G72B1 for 130. Let's fucking go. I think this is a good deal. I think this is a deal steal. G72 Broken Arrow version. I think this is a steal, man. Holy shit, you can get it 1,000 heat armor and 650 kinetic at 150. I think this thing's a fucking steal. I'm gonna pay 65 to get its speed decent, though. Can't get 550 as well. Yeah, that's... This is, I think, the darling of this spec. Yeah, that's right, QGW, yeah. But once you get a deck going, QGW, you can just iterate on it. Like, unlike Wargame, you don't have to worry about how many of each thing you have, so I think it can be easier to build decks in this for that reason. This is faster striker. You guys have to stop doing that. Stop bullying me. Well, you can get the T-72B3, but... like, I guess. If you wanted to do that. I want to stay cheap. Okay, so that's the vehicles tab. Then we get... Oh, Tunguska, cute! Do we get Shilkas? Where the fuck are the Shilkas at? They were in the last beta because they were Afghansky, I remember them. Yeah, there they are. Coast lots of Shilkas, yeah. Tunguskas are cute, though. They're like one of the first modern Russian units I remember, like, finding out about. Like, they're actually, like, scary looking and cool. I have a micro machine of them, too. I think for my whole childhood, I assumed it was like a... I just assumed it was like a Western, like, NATO unit. Because I was like, oh, it looks, like, cool and, like, futuristic and not a piece of shit. So it must be, like... It must be, like, modern American technology. No, it's a little Russian thing. It's cute. It looks good. I like it. Active wargaming nostalgia for the Tunguska. What loadout would you run on this? I don't care because I don't play Russian. We just look at it when we move on. Little howitzer. Nothing funny about you, buddy. But no slurs, so good job. Tulpen. 2200 meter range. That is a big mortar. Oh, it's even got like a big base plate. Am I crazy or did all those guys come out of nowhere? Don't gaslight me on this, chat. Were they there the whole time? Don't gaslight me. I feel like I've just got dementia. They were there? No, that's crazy. It's like I just walked into a room and I thought it was empty and then like everyone was there. And it wasn't a surprise party. That's crazy. Okay. Oh, Gladison! Hell yeah, look out, Mobius. I mean, fucking... Cypher? Ace combat card revoked. So that's interesting, this unit is flexible. For 10 points you can go from a big mortar to a howitzer. It does less damage, but still. Whoa, that accuracy is bad, right? Maybe? 180 meters. That dude is just chilling, what the fuck? Dude, do you sit there in the battles? That's awesome. Oh! Holy shit. Hell no, he's ready to go. Bro! You stop looking at him for a second, he's all business. That's a big fucking gun. It's like Imperial Guard shit. My god. Big gamers. Book time. Stupid little thing. Of course it can get a 2A72. What? What? Ah! Oh, look, Ma, I'm a Terminator, look! Oh shit, I only cost $5. Fucking hell. What? Will wonders ever cease? Strela, I don't know what a Luchnik is. Just more Shorad for my Comanche to hopefully never meet. Dilemma. Diva. Okay, so you've got a hatch gonna pop open and some dudes are gonna pop out and be fresh with this. I wasn't ready for how fresh, actually. Holy shit! Animations! With this 82mm mortar. Okay, what the fuck? You guys are just fucking around now. Cut it the fuck out. Bro, what the fuck is that? Guys, stop fucking around. This isn't real. You can't convince me they really do this. It's a semi-auto mortar. What's the aim time? It's the same as other mortars, so we don't care. Dilemma. Go on, do the animation. Show us the men popping out of nowhere. Hell yeah. Weep. It's like a Dahir Insat demonstration video. Okay. And then Duplo. Oh, it's a supply truck! Oh my god, is this their only supply vehicle? No, they have 2,000 in this little fucking gremlin. Oh my god, bro. Russian logistics is saved. They got the Sandcrawler from A New Hope, don't worry. Bro, the fucking Jawas are resupplying the Russian forces. Don't worry about it. It's all good. They They'd be jumping at the back going, Ukini! This stupid ass thing. There's like one track supply unit in the US forces, and I make fun of it relentlessly. I call it the Goblin. Russian logistics is like, they were like, this is so awesome. All we should have is supply goblins. Oh, that's like a horse float though. You get some horses in there. That's useful. Okay, no helicopter tab, and then very small air tab. We have another frogfoot. Okay, and then we have Su-27 SM, which spec gets to one of the canards. I've since learned that that's the one that makes you an Ace Combat God since War Thunder introduced them. There it is. That's the Mihei plane. Fear. Do you guys get any more of them, or is that it? Any more flankers? You get cool MiGs. Oh yeah, and you get the actual Mihei plane as well, the Su-30. Oh, you get all the canards. Oh, because you get the Su-34, yeah, this thing's cute. It's got a giant ass. That's a radar, I've since learned. That's a radar. It's not a dick. I know what you're thinking, but it's actually a radar that detects planes coming up behind it, supposedly. I know what you're thinking. You see it, you're like, dickbutt. It's not. But also it is. I mean, if anyone anthropomorphized this plane... Better than I thought I was going to get on Google Images, honestly. Better than I thought. No, it's not bad at all. It's okay. It's alright. It's safe. Oh my god, what the fuck is that? I could not click on that one. Holy shit. Okay. So, that's that. That's all the new units. Are you guys entertained? Compared to detailed source of the big mortar of the Miklik. Didn't we? I think we did. We did compare the meteor out of it, yeah. Just in case, I'll look at it again for you. That's alright. Automon's got you covered, Kingdom. Just in case we didn't look at the detailed stats. Here's a 240 mil. Oh, not the meteorite. Also, that's an AVP. Where is the big mortar? Malka, this one. Oh, the big. I see you mean this. 240 mil? Wait, 240? I only know 203. There was a 240? Oh, good shit, Jane Doe. Good shit. The Glatzen, right. That's 152 mil, it says. 2S5 is one of the weapon options. Oh, right. I guess that is a big hole. Fair enough. That's where all those guys come out of, I guess. And then, when it goes back on for pickup, all the guys go back in it. 240 mil. Ignores a bit of cover, doesn't it? Let's check with the Miklik. Yeah, I bet it does, Jane Doe. I bet it is. That sounds very effective motivation. Anti-model might actually slap. Let's see. It's got 25% ignore cover compared to the Miklik's 50%. Okay, that's already good. I mean, it's shooting a lot quicker, but that's fine. And it has much less damage, much less blast radius, worse accuracy, better penetration, much cheaper resupply. Sinless, what the fuck? Why did you do that? Yeah, no, I wouldn't say too comparable, no. How much cover does a 2,000-pound JDM ignore? I don't know if JDMs ignore any, but let's see. Nah, don't ignore any. I think only artillery, snipers, and shit does that. I'm not even sure if... Let's see. Oh, you don't have artillery. Okay, yeah, 15%. Ignores a little bit of cover. Not too much. So, there you go. Now you've seen all the Russian shit. How do you feel now? You feeling good? Whew. I'm proud of us for doing a 4-hour stream. Literally just looking at the units and talking about them, not even making a deck. How the fuck did we do that? How the fuck did we take 4 hours? This is like a regular stream length for me. We did it just looking at units. And I swear I didn't even fuck around that much. When's PvP? 3 hours from now. I feel ready to play. Yeah, me too, bud. I'll show you this as well. Okay, you got VDV. Have a look at the battle group sizes on the right there. Okay, VDV. These guys you already would have seen. But motorized infantry, which is hill on wheels, a bit whipped still, clearly. Has no vehicles tab, which is hilarious for a motorized infantry spec, but I get it, because all their BTRs are inbuilt into the infantry. Chat talking the numbers. Oh, here you go again. Coastal troops you've already seen, and then you've got mechanized infantry, which is no helicopters, almost no aircraft. Wow, 250 recon. I have not seen a spec with such little recon before. That's interesting. What do you even have? Infantry. You have BMPs, that's what you have. It's okay, because 250 recon with units that cheap is like 50 groms. 50 recon groms. And for the US, we all know Marines. We all know Armored Brigade. Infantry, everyone infantry. And then we got Striker Cavalry, which has no helicopters. 1,000 for aircraft, 1,500 for support, big support tab. 750 for vehicles, 1,000 for infantry, 750 for reconnaissance. And SOF is 1250 recon, 1250 infantry, 1250 helicopters, 1250 aircraft, no vehicles, no support. AKA the way I build my decks every time anyway, so there you go. You want to know the US deck for the highest amount of air points? That would be SOF plus airborne, I think, for 2750. That's going to be your highest. It's also your highest helicopters, I think. Yeah. Nothing else comes close. These two, if you want to do nothing but air, these two give you the most points to work with. But you have 500 for vehicles and 750 support. Again, though, that is how I tend to build my decks anyway. So 2750 plus 10% over, so a little over 3k. Yeah, I actually built some decks before, so I can show you what I built. So I built Soft Airborne first. These are not good decks. The X is for experimental. I haven't got to play with them yet because I don't get to play till the multiplayer matches, and I'll get very little practice. But I still wanted to build them, because, you know, obviously. I'm going to move myself out of the way for a second, so you can see properly. What did I do? So we ended up taking, and you can see availabilities now as well, 75 point Rangers RSC. I took 4 of them. I just took fucking nothing but little birds. I love them. Special tactics with stingers, Ranger snipers with the AT4s, green berets with flash, a couple of them. Couple of the sniper MRAPs. Maxed out 2 of the stealth drones, and then got 2 of the cheaper Reapers. Infantry, 2 Delta Force with 2 Silent Hawks in their CQB specialization. This is the thing I'm going to cut if it sucks still. Weapon squad was underwhelming before bad Javelins. If the Javelins are good now, this squad is good. If the Javelins are bad now, I cut it again. They cost a lot, so even if I keep them, I'll probably end up going down to 2 of them and fitting in more other infantry. Just more cheaper stuff like Airborne, Rangers Roads, I have a few ISVs, TOWs, AGLs, and Stingers. Go to that kind of stuff. Vehicles, you have nothing in this deck for vehicles, so I just took Thunderbolts. I'd probably put a 4th one back in if I cut some of those weapon squads. And I like to run the Thunderbolts with ERA but no APS, and the bigger gun when they're my only tank. So, very paltry offer. Just have to have some transport trucks and a couple of slam rams. That's it. That was the last thing I added to this deck. Helicopters. I actually didn't even need as much helicopter. Like, they give you so many helicopter points with this deck, I didn't even need to go over the limit. I was like, oh, I could have another longbow, but then my deck doesn't work anywhere else. So, 4 killer eggs with the daggers, which again I think is going to be awesome. Comanche with the radar. I think you could take this off, and I'm going to work as a one-man band unit for now. With 4 Hellfires and 2 Stingers, you could probably cut off. It's only 2. You probably cut off the Stingers. No, it's not, because it's 4 actually. Yeah, 4. That's why it's good. Yeah. So yeah, 4 Hellfires, 4 Stingers. That is good. This helicopter can do it all, and you get 2 of them, and they're quite cheap. Classic Kiowa pack. Nothing's changed. Guardian. 1 Guardian with Jagums, full Jagum Guardian, and then you have enough points to even bring a second Apache, bring a Longbow instead, that has some Hellfires and some AP KWS for less price. 1 of the Soars. Didn't end up taking the ECM on it, but I might now that I see how tanky it is. And then 4 of the Soar Black Hawks. Which, you know, I could really cut 1 down if I wanted. Can the Little Birds do supplies at all? I don't think so. I think it's only people. I could probably also cut down on the miniguns if I wanted to, but I don't want to. Little Birds can't do supplies now. Why is Guardian so expensive? Because it has 2 racks of Hellfire instead of 1, and it has better overall everything. And then for air, a couple of F-15Cs to do ace combat again. A couple of Raptors. I can see myself cutting these things. They're very expensive for what you're getting, I think. I think if they had, like, better agility or just anything else that made them exciting, but especially if they're low fuel, I don't know, like, I don't think all these bells and whistles will actually make for a better air-to-air fighter for that price. F-2 is my childhood, I know, but I think it needs to be better than it is for that price or cheaper, because it just isn't that impressive, apart from the stealth. I don't know, I mean, the ECM's good. The ECM is good. In practice, it'll probably be worth the price, but it's just so expensive I can see myself cutting it, you know? Fit more stuff, like F-35As with 2,000 pound bombs and Stormbreakers. Just the same build as my Marines F-35, but it's got 2,000 pounds instead. Nighthawks with Jasms, and an A-10, because I think that every deck should have some kind of Maverick play now that they're so good, and hey, it's probably not coming home, but I think it's a cheap unit to fit in to have. Destroy says numbers was more useful for air support in my experience. Yeah, that's right. I don't trust 2 Raptors with all the bells and whistles because they'll get shot down faster than having 4 F-15Cs, exactly. Or 3. Yeah, I gotta add the AC-130 now that I know it can ground spot. So that was my soft deck, and I also tried building... I rushed together an armored soft deck, and I also tried building a Striker USMC deck. There's so many combos you can do now, just even thinking of a combo takes effort. We have some, like, bells and whistles done up, Javelin and Strikers for recon. We have some Lavs, Forcon, Scout Snipers, Predator, and Armored Knights for cheap recon. Got a bunch of Troopers, and AA Troopers. I don't think I like this setup too much, but it's just kind of like a blend of a bit of Marine with the Strikers. These are the ones with the Javelins, right? Yeah, it's not quite a trophy, which I think is cost effective. So the idea, strike after an A to A F-35. Yeah, I mean, you could. I don't know why you would, but you could. I guess if you want to have the stealth more than anything. Vehicle tab, just some usual boring crap. M60s, Lev AT, Striker TGM. Yeah, the nice thing about having both, even though they're so similar, is you can have one be really expensive, and the other one be the cheap version in the same deck. Get some FEPs, get some M60s. CCACV says, RU deck looks like a bunch of stockings, while US being fancy high-tech. Stockings, I like that. Support. This is probably the biggest mistake of this deck. I took all the Patriots because I'm so Patriot-starved. But, you know, I don't have enough shit you really need, like artillery, so I'll probably end up cutting, like... if I play this deck and iterate it, some of the Patriots to get HIMARS instead, because HIMARS is, like, the best thing, and it's cheap, and not running it is stupid. So that's probably the first change I make, is putting HIMARS in this deck. I just really want to test out the idea of doing an AA Fortress, though. I really want to AA up, because I'm still mad about being seeded so hard in the last beta, and I want to see if I can stop AA in its tracks by just going hard on Patriots. I mean, enough that I'll probably make an armored striker deck that is just all 3 Patriots, maxed out with max missiles, Pivads and C-Rams, and like, that's the deck. That's the whole fucking deck. Only 2 trucks in the US deck? I know, but we have 4 labs, so... Lab L's are there. Very small helo tab. Looks like a Marines deck helo tab. Because that's all it is. And then F-16s being interceptors, sadly, which meant I brought an F-18D as a Mavericker instead. I don't like doing that, but I needed... The F-18Cs were worse as an option, I think, for interceptors unless I was going for the long-range missiles, and I didn't want to do that. Got Vipers for dropping 2,000-pound bombs, and in a pinch, helping out with the AMRAAMs because they're so cheap. And F-35Bs for J-South Stormbreaker combo. Honestly, you could cut the F-35Bs and add more diverse air here, but I think it's important to have at least one stealth plane to seed with. But I could actually just put in, like, actual seaplanes, but... Anyway, that's that deck, and then... This is my worst one. This is the most rushed and bad one, I think. This is Armored plus Soft, which I think is a good combo, but I didn't exploit the advantages of Armored here, and it just ended up being SOF with worse brackets. I think in the end, like, I just ended up taking Patriots and Pivads and M-Shorads and a few Abrams. Like, I guess that is a big chunk of stuff you wouldn't normally get, but... You know, I fit in some Bradleys and AMPVs as well, but it's definitely more SOF than it is Armored. And I think... Probably more fancy stuff should be cut back, and more Bradleys should be added for quantity over quality. Wait, so is there F-35C? Not that I'm aware of. And cheaper Raptors as well, because you just can't fit expensive Raptors in this deck. You don't have the air tab for it, so these are just AMRAAM at Raptors. What would be the best defensive deck to hold like 2 or 3 points? Infantry, probably. Cheap infantry, like Marines. Marines or Airborne. Depends what you're defending against, of course. But infantry heavy is usually a good way to defend because their weakness is speed, but they're very cost effective for defending static areas as long as you have woods or buildings. But yeah, get some Comanches in. Lots of little birds, I love them. I love the concept of them. And that's that. So now what? Now what is I'm going to go get up and get something to drink, and I'm going to come back and decide if I'm doing anything else or if I'm cutting out for now or making any more decks or playing the SP content. So give me a second. And I'm going to go grab something to drink. I'm going to think about my options. That's the size I want to be in now. Whoa, my god, there's so many of me. Yes. And I'll be back, and I'll be streaming more I want. We'll see. Be right back. Uno second, please. Let me check something. Okay. Well... I'm thinking about it. What are you drinking? Water. How do you know I was drinking? Oh, did I say I was going to get a drink? I can't remember. What to do?
Everything by the numbers.
How does the game feel distance multiplayer? I haven't played it yet. I've just been doing decks and revealing the new stuff to people today, that's all. I think I'll probably call it a day for streaming because I don't think I want to stream the multiplayer battles that are coming up. I think I'm going to record them. There's not many of them. I think I just want to focus on them, record them, do them, and then put videos up of them. And it's 3 hours from now anyway. And I could play like the new single player missions, but I think it'll be better if I take a break and then just be ready for the multiplayer matches, record them, and hopefully put them up soon on YouTube would be nice. So if you're looking forward to watching them, yeah, I'll try to have them up pretty quick. I might even, like, just upload the raw footage. For those of you who are, like, sicko enough for it, like I know Goth is, I might just upload the raw footage to Google Drive again and post it in the Discord channel again, like I did last time, before I bother trying to edit it. Though they shouldn't really need editing, because reasons. I guess I'll just put a voice track over them, but I could also become one of those people who do no commentary VODs, which I like now, so there's an audience for that. Anyway, I think I'll call it for now. So, I hope you enjoyed the deck building stream and seeing all the units. I'm gonna take a break, and then yeah. Devs didn't want the elo from last playtest. Yeah, but it won't matter because this isn't a real playtest, so it's just a press and influences and stuff build. And basically, we are getting invited to play a few hand-picked matches. I'm gonna get to play like one a night for the next 3 nights, I think. So one tonight, one tomorrow night, and one the night after that. So I'm going to be showing up to them because it's the only ones I get. I'm going to try to record them, and hopefully they're good matches, whether I win or lose, so that then I can make some good videos out of them to tide us over the last couple of months before this game comes out. So yeah, see you in 3 hours again. Are you not streaming? I probably won't stream it. If I did stream it, I would stream it with my microphone off. I'd probably stream it with my microphone off, or... like, it wouldn't be a normal stream. I wouldn't have the tuber and I wouldn't have the chat on because I'd be trying to record it so I can edit it for YouTube. So it'd be kind of like watching someone film a TV show, right? So I don't know. I could. I could... I have to test if I could, actually. I don't know. I think it should be fine to record while streaming. Maybe I could. I'd like to see that. Yeah. Like, I'm sure many people would. I'll think about it at the time. I may or may not. But either way, it won't be a normal stream because I want to focus on the match, if that makes sense. So I probably won't even have chat up. If I do. Nothing against you guys, just so I can focus. Because I'm so bad at playing. So bad at paying attention and playing when I'm not focusing like that. So we'll see. That's how I do it. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. Is I'll probably, yeah, that's fine. We just want to see broken out. Yeah, and honestly, sometimes, like I said, I want to watch people who don't talk. I just want to see the game. So some people will probably appreciate me not yapping over it. So I might end up doing that as long as my computer can handle it. And right now, it seems like it can because I'm recording the stream at the same time. Obviously, it's not in the game actually going, but it seems okay. Then it should be fine. Let me test that test video. This is a pretty nice computer, so I should be okay. Yeah, just gotta change the audio tracks. Let's see if you can pull the VOD to edit. Hey, that's true. Good point. Appreciate that, rest well. Okay, I might do that, yeah. But it won't be a normal stream, so I'll give you my for now. The stream might go on in about 2.5, 3 hours to play that. It might not. I'm going to try and play either way. But I'll be gone for now. So, hey, this has actually ended up being a long stream. So I'll do a raid and everything. It's been a normal one. I'm glad you're all such sickos for Broken Arrow like I am. I'm glad so many of you are as ravenous as I am that you're all here to just look at the arsenal with me. Let's raid Momentary Temporary. And yeah, I might be back in a few hours or not. I'm sure other people will be streaming it too, their matches, so I'm sure there'll be plenty of content to watch. But if you come back and watch mine, good for you. Good for you. Good for me, actually. And thanks again to Growlcore for this awesome outfit. I fucking love it. Alright, we're gonna raid Momentary. Hey, I should play it. Credits. Thanks, everyone. Credits for the deck building stream feels weird, but it was a real stream in the end. It went long enough anyway. It's featuring OBS stuff elements hidden on the local recording while present on the stream. Oh, can you PM me about that? Do you know where to do it? That's really useful. That's amazing. Damn, that sounds great. GoFi, thank you for being the worms beneath my wings. Appreciate you very much. Thank you very much to Wacky OW for subscribing. Welcome. Ghost Wizards rated with Party 47. Thanks again, Ghost. Cliche 420 subscribed. Tier 2 for 95 months in a row. Thank you, Cliche. Ukeman 404 16 month sub. 30 month sub, sorry. Thank you very much. Oh, and I want to thank another donation that came out of nowhere again. Just the other day, someone donated $100. Their name was Polly Crower. And they said, watching YouTube video of ShootCom, you mentioned Brothers in Arms, and I found a Reddit link to it. Goddamn, salute. How crazy is that? How generous, and also what a crazy cool donation to receive is how I felt. What a blast from the past. Someone just like watching the VODs, watching VODs of my XCOM campaigns from like 3 years ago before Kitchen, and then in those old XCOM campaigns, finding just me yapping, talking about an even older campaign, which made them Google it and go back and find one from like 10 years ago, enjoy it, and then send me $100. I feel blessed. Oops, the fucking raid happened.